FAU baseball this afternoon would like to honor FAU's very first baseball team. First FAU team was established in 1981 and comprised of 2 coaches and only 12 players. The 1981 team was formerly known as the Dirty Dozen. And if it weren't for these great players, FAU baseball wouldn't be the same today. First, we'd like to announce that we have some players that couldn't be with us this afternoon. These are members of the original team. We'd like to recognize them real quickly. Not in attendance today are pitcher number 17, Bill Cobb. Pitcher number 22, Chris Roberto. Pitcher number 25, Randall Hartline. Pitcher, catcher, and playing at first base, number 23, Pat Murphy. Catcher, number 20, Richard Hartline. Assistant coach, number 3, Bruce Barkley. And infielder, number 6, Bill Mihalik. Now, ladies and gentlemen, FAU would like to recognize these players from FAU's very first baseball team. First, playing second base was number 21, Bobby Gaeta. Bobby had a batting average of .266. Bobby led the team in home runs. His first home run was a grand slam right here in our ballpark. He's originally from Staten Island, New York, and he now resides in Old Bridge, New York. Next member of the original baseball team, we'd like to honor shortstop and outfielder number 10, Tom Milmore. Tom had a batting average of .277. Tom earned the very first baseball scholarship here at FAU. He was also the first player to ever bat, walk, and score here in our stadium. He played on the FAU baseball team for 2 years and was on the top 10 on-base percentage list for 21 years. Next alumni we'd like to recognize is pitcher and first baseman number 13, Billy Ryan. Billy had a batting average of .286. Billy's an ex-New York City firefighter and a local supporter of FAU baseball for over 17 years. Next player we'd like to recognize is outfielder number 1, Phil Savio. Phil had a batting average of .312. Phil led the team on base percentage, getting hit by pitches and making circus catches. He even made one of his circus catches 5 years ago at the Old Timers game. Next player we'd like to recognize is third baseman and outfielder number 8, Joe Scott. Joe had a batting average of .292. Joe recorded the very first home run at FAU. He led the team in runs scored and at-bats. Currently has an HVAC distribution company in Central Connecticut. Joe's been happily married for 23 years and has 2 wonderful teenage daughters. Joe still plays ASA softball, hockey, tennis, and golf, and loves everything Irish. Nothing wrong with that. Next player we'd like to recognize, outfielder number 15, Barry Stevens. Barry led the team in walks and was a starting pitcher for 2 years. He currently resides in Boca Raton, where he owns and operates his own martial arts school. He's also an adjunct professor here at FAU for the last 15 years. He has his own brand of martial arts and boxing Thunder Fight gear. Next player we'd like to honor, shortstop, number 11, Darryl Powell. Darryl has a batting average of .383. He was the team's MVP that year. And he led the team in hits, RBIs, batting average, and led the team in doubles at 9, stolen bases at 7. He made district NAIA team. He had an overall average of .346. Also led the team in runs scored at 44, doubles 11, and stolen bases in 8. Finally, we'd like to honor and recognize the skipper himself that year, back in 1981, head coach, number 5, Steve Traylor. He was hired by Athletic Director Jack Neal to institute an intercollegiate baseball program at FAU to begin play in the spring of 1981. He served as head coach at FAU for 7 seasons between 1981 and 1987. He moved on to become head baseball coach at Duke University for 12 years between 1988 and 1999 and was named ACC Baseball Coach of the Year in 1992. He then became head baseball coach and assistant athletic director at Wofford College in Spartanburg, South Carolina. He served as head baseball coach there for 8 years between 2000 and 2007, winning a Southern Conference championship and advancing to an NCAA regional at the University of South Carolina in 2007, which was his last year's coaching. Steve currently serving as assistant athletic director at Wofford College. He's accompanied today by his wife of 30 years, Debbie Goforth Trainer, his son Ryan, who could not be here today, but Ryan is making his college debut this weekend as a freshman pitcher for Wofford College versus the Pitt Panthers. Also has a daughter, Danielle, who could not be with us here today, but she is currently a junior at Furman University in Greenville, South Carolina. Ladies and gentlemen, let's recognize and congratulate once again the members of our original 1981 baseball team. And now, couldn't be any more customary to have these members throw out the first pitch for today's game. Looks like 8 strikes. Once again, I'd like to thank the members of our original baseball team for taking time out of their schedules to be with us this afternoon.